Hi, welcome to the flipped instructional session for Math 08B for Unit 415, the AA Criterion. Our objective today is to use the angle-angle criterion, which is the AA criterion, to determine whether triangles are similar. So some vocab, we need to know the difference between congruent and similar. Congruent means exactly the same size and shape. Now remember, the orientation can vary, and that's what we did with our transformations, our rigid transformations. Similar is the characteristic of figures such that they have the same shape, but not necessarily the same size. So they have the same shape, which means the angles are going to be the same, but the side lengths will be different. And we talked about that in our non-rigid transformation of dilations. So let's take a look at this. In the figure, D is parallel to E. What are the measures of 1, 2, 3, and 4? So we can see that here's our 35 degrees, and this makes a linear pair with 1. We can also see it's a vertical angle with 2. So 2 is 35. 1 is going to be 180 minus 35. So 180 minus 35 is 145. So angle 1 is 145. Now if we look at this, this is actually moved down. These are parallel, so these angles are all going to be the same. This is cut by what's known as a transversal. These are parallel, so this angle corresponds to this angle, so that's going to be 35 degrees. And we already see that this makes a line, a linear pair, just like it did up here, so this is 145. State if the triangles are similar by the AA criterion. So if we look, we have EFG and ABC. So we just need to determine if two of the angles are the same. So we have 35, 35, 85, 85. Yep, that's the AA criterion. So these are similar. That means that EF will correspond to AB in the same way that FG corresponds to BC, given that ratio, or the scale factor. And we could also calculate this and this by using our triangle postulate where all three angles add up to 180. But right now we're just talking about AA, so angle-angle criterion to determine if they are similar. So similar means same shape, different size. So these are similar triangles. Are these triangles similar? We have 105 and 50 and 105 and 25. Well, when we look at this, we can see that FEG would correspond to BAC. So we really need to figure out what this angle is and compare it here. We see 105 and 105. So we know that this is 105 and 25. And we know that 105 plus 25 plus angle C has to equal 180. So if we do 105 plus 25, that gives us 130. Subtract 130 from both sides. We do see that angle C is 50. So we do have angle, 105, 50. So yes, these are similar. So you have to make sure that you're comparing the right angles together, and you may need to calculate one of those angles. Determine if the triangles are similar by AA. This one's a little bit harder to tell, but if I flip this around, oh, we have, oh, I saw the prime, so I thought maybe they were lined up. FEG, and if we flip this, we're going to have A, B, C. So we have 100 and 35. So these don't line up. And even if we thought maybe something else if we tried to add it up to 180 and find it, we would find that this actually right here would be 30 degrees. So even if we didn't flip it and we're kind of checking, these are not similar. So it's a good idea to check all of those angles and also check that orientation. Say that the triangles are similar by the AA criterion. I have 65 and 15. So if I kind of flip this, I can see that I'd have B, C, A. So I do see 65 and 65. So I need to figure out what that angle is. So 65 plus 15 plus C equals 180. 80 plus C equals 180. So C equals 100. So are those similar? Well, 85 does not match up with 100. So these are not similar. So it's a pretty simple criterion. We're just checking two angles, but you just need to make sure you check the orientation so you know which angles you're comparing. Check your Class Connect for any flipped follow-up session or help lab this week, and I look forward to seeing you there. Thanks.